Adam Savage here in my cave, and I have in the past been called a space cowboy. That's why I'm wearing the cowboy hat. I'm trying to make a pun that works for this, and it doesn't quite. I have a one-day build today that is just in time for Halloween, and I know this might be airing after Halloween, but what you should know is in this reality that I'm in right now, Halloween is right around the corner. And while there is not a lot to do on Halloween, it is not unreasonable to consider walking around my neighborhood in costume, as I have done on past Halloweens. I have dressed as Totoro, and I might do that again this year. And I might also don my Chewbacca costume. And Mrs. Donttrythis, my partner, has requested to be Han Solo. She just loves wearing that costume, and we have done that before, where she was Han and I was Chewie. But the first time we did it, she wore my Han Solo gun belt, and it's big on her, obvi. So rather than clip this to fit her, I thought I would make her own Han Solo gun belt. That is today's one-day build. We're going to build my favorite holster in movies. Yes, seriously. Better than Clint Eastwood films, any Western. I'm not even going to qualify and say science fiction movies. Han Solo possesses the best holster in cinema. And we're going to make one today. So let's get started. Now, the first step for this is to find the right leather, and I have a bunch. And I think it's all of generally the right size, the right weight. I'm using veg-tanned leather here, specifically because I want to do some coloring of it, and the chrome tan does not take color. Well, I mean, this is just this natural color, right? So I can make it as brown as I want to. I'm going to go look for just a little bit more leather. The nice thing about Han's belt is that it's all shorties, right? It's all short pieces. So I could, Okay, I just would like to find one more bit that's a little bit thinner. Excellent! I had everything that I needed. Okay, so now it's time. Wow, I forgot I had this. Well, hell's bells, Margaret. This might be my new workbench cover. So the question is this big enough? I need a piece big enough for the actual gun belt part. And it looks like this piece is just big enough. We're going to be doing some wet molding of some of this hide as well today, because we got to get it to work around the gun. I'm not sure I'm going to do exactly this sewn bottle end of the holster. That's not a term of art necessarily. I'm just saying what I'm thinking of it. The buckles should be really easy to slap together. The droid collar, I think I'll make a wow, the battery still actually works. I think I'll make a quick and dirty droid collar, and the fillers. Yeah, this is I've got about 5 hours. This is going to be fun. This is kind of a speed build. I'm really excited. When I finally get to the length of the belt, my wife has lent me one of her belts, which is excellent because I also need to make her that secondary Han belt. I am not going to cover it with as many grommets as is in Han's secondary belt, but it'll be close. Lots of snaps, lots of leather hardware, lots of specific leather finishing. This should be fabulous. I'm really excited about this. She's going to end up with a better one than mine because this is one I got on Etsy, and it's pretty darn good, and it served me. I wore it on stage for an entire tour with Jamie and I. Actually, maybe even 2 tours. But it has been in my plan to make myself a better gun belt. I'm going to start out by making my partner one. Yeah. The thing is I think I can make this one a little shorter than mine because my wife is shorter than I am. Scissors or blade? Scissors or blade? Scissors, not these. Maybe my 20th Century Tailor's scissors will work great. Let's see. I did just recondition these recently. Well, I suppose they could be a little bit sharper. Yeah, that's no good. Let's too much work. Now I'm thinking I think I should use an X-Acto blade because I don't want, I want nice even cuts here. Okay, the first piece is away. Okay, so then there is, oh, the holster is all, oh, nifty. Okay, that's one wraparound. Okay, cool. Is that thick enough? Could I be using a piece that's too thin for this? Yeah. I think we're going to use this slightly heavier stuff because I got this beautiful half hide and I am not afraid to utilize it. Plus, you know, you want it to have some structure. It's really important when you're cutting this kind of stuff for your cuts to be smooth because it's hard to smooth them out later. Yes, there are ways, but it's hard. And the more straight up and down and vertical you make the cut, the better your leather will look. Yeah. I'm using like all 5 fingers on my cutting hand right now. My pinky and ring finger are the sort of bearing riding along the surface of the leather. My middle finger is keeping the blade as vertical as I can make it. My index finger is pressuring down. My thumb is working with my index finger. They're longtime partners. Oh, there we go. Oh, wow. Did I not cut through on that? Damn. This kind of operation is one also where your shop lighting really matters. Like, these are the kind of things that I find quite difficult in the past because my lighting hasn't often been up to snuff. Okay. First gun belt piece. Excellent. Now, there are 2 others. Here is one, and it is a strap. Right, okay, right, yeah. So these 2 are straps. Okay, so then what I really want to do is figure out the gun. And then I'll pull out my strap cutter because I think I can get some straps out of these. Well, I'll still have to cut a long straight edge, but that's that piece. Great. And I'm pleased with that. So now I need this guy. And this guy, I think, you know what I think? I think I can cut this one bigger than I need. Yeah, I'm going to try and roll it over like this. And then I'm going to wet form it. Now the leather training that I've been given from Weta Workshop says don't over wet the leather. I may not do a problem to this, but okay, so this will be the holster, and I need a, okay, but I want to get the straps. Before I start forming, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm getting so excited about the leather, about working with the leather, that I think I could utilize some of this heavy stuff for a couple of these straps because it'll have a nice body to it, and it's got a beautiful straight edge, and I think it's exactly, yeah, I can get 2 great straps out of this. That one even. Yeah, okay, cool. So, time to pull out my leather toolbox. I'm going to put it up here on this bench back here because go. Strap cutter. Both of these belts are the same exact width. Great. Right? Yeah, that's it. I love strap cutting. And there is a smaller belt. Oh, there's two smaller belts. So we'll need to cut those two. And this one, will that fit? So it shall. Excellent. There we go. Another strap. Okay, so we have holster piece, holster carrier, thigh strap, gun strap, and these two bad boys. Great. So now it's attaching a lot of snaps. We're using this again because I want to make a secondary Han belt. I have figured out the buckle that I'm going to use. I know Han's second belt is a twin thing buckle, but I'm not going to worry about that. Yeah, this is quick and dirty, and I don't have enough grommets in the world to actually make that work. So what is the size of this thing? I think it might be time to do what? Okay, first up, there's some details to add. And one of them involves a little detail I showed on the last leather project I did, which is this detail right here. This little indent. That is a actual channel carved by this tool. This tool, it's got a little hole here, and the hole is sharpened, and as you drag this along the leather, I'm going to get a nice close-up shot of this so you can see. It makes that little groove, which can be often used for sewing, often used for like getting the sewing stitches below the surface of the leather, but not on Han Solo's belt, just detailing. So this is the detail we're replicating, and in order to replicate it, we've got to match the distance. And it looks like we're pretty close, but I could open it up just a tiny bit. And so I'm just going to, that feels better. And yep, that looks great. So in order to test this, I'm going to literally do a test of it. So here's how this works. See that? That's how this little groove maker works. And you can see that, yeah, you can see it actually pulls out a little noodle of leather. Yeah. So we're going to do that. That's a successful test. I mean, it wasn't perfectly aligned with the edge, but that's fine. I'm going to do that to the major pieces that need it. I'm going to go with 2 passes on this because I think it gives me a better looking line. Much better. Much better. More than man. More than machine am I. I am quoting Logan's Run. Okay, that's one part done. I'm glad. Now, the 2 belts. These should be easier because they're thicker material and they only require 1 pass. Yeah, the hardier material is actually easier to do this on. Now, there is one more piece of this that I've got to cut some pieces for. So there's the two belts. That's the gun belt. That's the gun. Yeah, belt. Terrific. Okay. There's one more piece I've got to worry about. And it is these guys. So I've got a few of these guys. I got to figure out what their pattern is. Okay, so all of my pattern pieces for the leather parts of the belt are cut out. I think I'm going to get all the leather work done before I start doing the aluminum work, which is the easier part of this build. Yeah. So, sorry, I just ran up into my loft to put the all the rest of my leather away. So, yeah. I don't want to lose that pattern. So, I'm going to pull out the sewing machine. I'm going to pull out a bucket of some warm water so I can soften up this leather and hopefully put in some snaps. Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm taking a pause there. I'm just like thinking through the whole list in my head, and I think that's exactly what it is. Okay. First one I'm trying is, we'll see how this goes. There we go. Nice. Once we get some color on there, it's going to be amazing. Oh, it's not beautiful, but it's plenty good enough. And these are going to get real dark. I know I'm using thread that's a little too dark, but I'm just using it. It's fine. So there's the first belt bit. Yay! Okay, now to do one of these guys. Oh, right. These guys get this thing in the front. Hold on. I got to put that in. Yeah, we'll see what we can do. Okay, now, and that up. Let's see if I can get this one there. Oh my God, that is tight. Oh my God, I love this sewing machine so much. Now, this guy. So all the way back to the right. And I think it's just about crushing this puppy until I get it in there. Yeah, I think so. Wow, is that really what I'm supposed to do here? I guess so. This is the kind of thing where I'd probably try and workshop a couple of other prototypes. I think that one is spent. But this is plenty good enough. And down. And you come down. Yeah, okay, here we go. Amazing. I can't believe how well that worked. This machine, yay! Okay, and now there's the last bit, which is that guy, and that's this guy. And it's gonna be more of the same. Far right, or that stitch. And I think, okay, so I've got my holster clamped up here, and I think it's gonna sit nicely on the belt. It's held on with leather rivets, which makes it easy, and I can also add a little bit of glue to that. Yeah, my walking foot left a mark on the leather, on the wet leather, but hopefully that goes away. But again, it's not that big a deal. I'm gonna dry this out. I have a heater in my bathroom, and it can make it quite warm and not humid. And I just wet this a little bit, so I'm gonna put it in my bathroom for about an hour and let it dry out. And while I'm doing that, I'm gonna be adding snaps and start making all the buckles. One belt. Then there's a second belt. That's another one down, and now this one gets its special business. Right, so that sits like that. That means I have adjustability back here. And okay, so that, great. That's the length of that belt according to my waist. And so if my waist is her belt, yeah, okay, so I only need to drop it about 2 inches. Is that really true? Yeah. About let's say, 10 holes. Have a bunch of straps to make. Oh, and this guy too. Oh my God. Right. Okay. So this guy also needs a quartet. And I'm actually going to make this a little smaller. Yeah, I'm going to make this more like that. And that'll make it a little smaller. And I think I may do this one with, well, let's just see. Yeah, I may do this one with leather rivets specifically because I didn't have quite enough leather to make this work. So. Okay, so I have 2 of these to cut out, right? 1 and 2. Yes, 1 and 2. So let's draw them. I can. Oh yeah, look, I can pull that totally out and put it back together. One of those, and I need 2 of those, right? Well, the second one, oh, the second one's a different, no, the second one's different. Then, I thought I was recording, but I wasn't. So I used the step drill to drill the, I'm going to cut those out with jigsaws. Same thing with those. Those holes are ready to go. And then I'm going to cut these all out on the bandsaw. Here we go. This is definitely one you need hearing protection for. Cutting out thin aluminum on the bandsaw, it is a screeching hellfire banshee of a sound. I don't know that I have another 94-inch blade. I really liked that one. Come on. I'm so close. It's time to make all this leather dark. It's time to, yeah. Ah, right, I gotta make this belt. That's right, one last belt to make. So sorry, almost. All right, get some gloves. This is, yeah, my leather scratch build, snaps and all, of the Han Solo speed rig of his holster. Now I know I did a couple of shortcuts here. I did not make the buckles perfectly flat. You can see some rivets. Still a couple days to Halloween. I may actually cover those with a plate, but the problem is a lot of these belts are done with JB weld, and I, as I've stated before, I don't like using glue for those solutions. I have to have mechanical solutions. So I may do a Fokker plate over there. We will see. However, I am really pleased with how this came out, and I did a test fit on Mrs. Donttrythis this morning, and it will fit just fine. Oh my God. I'm not done. I thought I was done. But right, I have to make a droid collar, and I have to make the bits that go in here. But I'm a total idiot. All right, I'm not done. Still more work to do. So the extra pieces that I need to make for this Han Solo belt are a droid collar, which is over here, and its clip, the 9-volt battery things that go in these pockets, the cylinder that goes in here, and yeah, this aluminum thingy. That's actually going to be fun. I have some plans for that, but I'm going to do a quick and dirty. This is a quick and dirty knockout. This is, just know that you're not going to see my normal obsessive fidelity. This is more a let's get this across the line, let's get this job done fidelity. And we'll start with the droid collar. Droid collar. We'll start with the droid collar because it's the most complex of the parts. So this is the droid collar from my Han Solo belt. It's not a perfect droid collar, but I'm going to use, where is it? This piece of aluminum pipe that I've chucked into the lathe here. And the first thing I'm going to do is get this, this straight knurling here across the top of it. And I'm going to do that with a knurling tool. That is a tool that looks like this. It's got these grooves, and when I feed it into this, it is going to make those grooves on the aluminum. It's just a bit of high pressure. It's not my preferred way of doing knurling. I actually prefer a scissor knurl, but I do not have a scissor knurl that can handle the size of wheel that I've got here. I will build one at some point, but that's not today's one-day build. This is the reason I prefer the scissor knurler is because this is literally just I'm pushing into the work, which can easily flatten the work. So I've got a floating center here, which should actually support the work. Hang on. You can see I've got the floating center here, which comes in and supports the work. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking this knurling wheel at a low speed and driving it right into there. And you'll see how it makes the marks that we're looking for. It's also good when you're doing something like this to make sure you've got a lot of oil on the equation. Here we go. There we go. And I'm going to actually move down just a little bit. Okay, and we have a distance. See that? That look great? So I've got a distance here between this and this. And I'm just going to get that right. Perfecto. Beauty. Close enough. This is not how you should be using a cutoff tool, but I'm familiar enough with my cutoff tool and that I'm only taking like 20 thou of aluminum off this to be cozy with doing this. It's not accepted practice. I'm moving slowly and I'm feeling the resistance. I don't like using the cutting tools on high speed. It's just no fun. We're going to go in a little bit further. There we go. Now we're going to clean that up. Isn't that nice? So we're going to do a little bit of a cleanup pass here, just to make the bottom crisp. So that worked beautifully. I'm really pleased. That is this is a super quick and dirty build. Hold on, I'm going to break it out and show it to you. Yeah, so here's the piece of aluminum, and here is our droid collar. And yeah, no, I know it's not perfect at all, but we'll get the major parts and pieces there. It's for Halloween. It's Chinatown, Jake. So yeah, I think I can do a final cut on this. Now I've got my annular cutter here because it cuts a plug out, and I did some measurements, and the plug it cuts out is literally like 4 thou over what I need to plug the top and bottom of this, which is actually kind of great. So I might get both plugs in one shot here. We're gonna give it a try. I did a tool tip about the annular cutters last week because they've completely changed my way of thinking about cutting big holes in aluminum, and I haven't tried it in Delrin yet. So this will be an interesting first. I'm going to slow it down. Oh yeah, we'll go with the quill here. Oh, I love these cutters. There it is. Okay, there we go. And, all right, I got to get that out. So now I have a plug in there. And to get it out, annular cutters come with a little pin that goes in their back. And that's meant for plug removal when you chuck this into one of your mag drills. But, dude, these things are awesome. Now I've got this little plug. Yeah, look at that. It fits right in. So I'm going to get 2 pieces out of this plug. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to soften the edges of these on my linisher, and then I'm going to slice it like this on the bandsaw, and I'm just going to one on each. For 3 of these guys, this one, and this one, I'm not going to custom machine stuff. I found some thumb screws online a while back, and I'm just going to use these. These are totally sufficient for the look that I'm going for. 1, 2, 3. And one goes here. Okay, time for a little paint, and then I think we're good for that light on my head. Time for a little paint, and then I think we're good for assembly. Great. It's a one-day build inside a one-day build, because this is definitely, I think, the fastest droid collar I've ever imagined making. And here we go. There's all of a sudden it's looking pretty respectable. Let's get some other parts going on here. First, I want to get oh, well, I gotta trim that. So first we put in a little red push button switch, that guy. Excellent. And now, because I'm about to seal it, I'm gonna actually put a little CA glue on the inside just to hold on to it, because I don't want this falling apart. We're just gonna goop on a little bit there. Yep. Yeah, that's it. Little CA glue on the inside there, and a little kicker. Let's see, we've got this guy, and it's that part that I want. So that's a nice pressure fit. Dude, right? I need to tap the hole that extends into the plastic piece. Great. And that guy goes in there. Awesome. This guy goes in here. Great. We have one more here. Fabulous. Now I have the bottom to put in. There we have it. Your 45-minute speed build semi-accurate droid collar. That's just a bonus build. The aluminum round thingy. The aluminum round thingy. Yes. Here's where we are with this. This is 1.25 inches in diameter. 1.25 inches diameter. It's got an internal lip that is 1.15 lip. And then there's a hole in the middle that is exactly, and then there are these 3 circles of dots. So we have a middle circle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dots. So 6 dots. At what kind of radius? At what kind of diameter? The diameter of those is 0.45. If I start from a cardinal point on those 6, then there are these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so those are on the same 0 point, but they have a diameter of 0.95. 6 dots at 0.95 inches. Same 0, common 0. And then these are 6, and they're offset by 30 degrees, because 360 divided by 6 is 60. 6 times 6, right? 6 times 63. Yeah, okay. So this radius is 0.7. No, it is. It's 0.78. And how thick is it? Yeah, it's 1/2 inch thick. Okay, so we have a 1 1/4 diameter piece of aluminum that is 1/2 inch thick with a lip, and the center plane is 1.15 inches. So it's 100 thou under. There's a center hole of 250 thou, and then there's 18 dots. 6 of them are at 45 degrees. 6 of them are at 95. 6 of them are at 0.45 diameter. 6 of them are at 0.95 diameter, both on the common 0. And then 6 are at a 0.78 diameter, and the 0 is offset by 30 degrees. I'm not cutting this out just yet because I'm going to use the body of it to actually hold on to. So I'm going to use these V blocks in my vise because they have 4 points of contact instead of just 2. And well, hold on. Okay, so here's how this is going to go. I have center marked out on this. I've got to stop on my drill so I can just keep on doing this. And I have 3 layers of dots that I need to drill. And the first one is on a... I was accidentally working in millimeters. That was my problem. Time to go to inches. Okay, so inches. F4. Center is enter, down. Diameter is 0.45 inches. Enter, down. Number of holes is 6. Enter, down. Starting angle is 0. Enter, down. End angle is 300. Enter, down. Hole number 1. There we go. That's it. Yeah. So this is hole number 1. And again, that's half a 10. 4/10. Good enough. And there you go. Right? So that's not me being super careful about the measurements, but it is a little indication. Here, you should see it up against the, yeah. A respectable imitation. It really demonstrates the power of this guy. You just feed in your center, your diameter, the number of holes, start and end angle, and it tells you where to dial the hand wheels to get to 0 each time for each of the holes. And that took 20 minutes or so. I mean, until I knew about the magic of this would have been lining up my rotary table and working out these angles. It would be a good couple of hours. So 120 minutes versus 20 minutes, right? It is 1/6 of the amount of time because of the DRO, and you can do way more complex things with it. Yeah, it's an awesome tool. But now it's time for me to cut this down. To cut this down into 1/2 inch and then mount it on the thing. Okay. We're going to go all the way through with this. Yeah. Beautiful. Hot. And beautiful. And hot. And beautiful. Oh, look, it's so pretty. Oh my God, it's hot. All right. This place is becoming such a mess today. I'm just barreling through, but I'll clean up in a few minutes. Okay, so time for doing some attaching. So here we go. Simply what I did was I threaded the inside of this with a helicoil thread repair, and I got a hole in the belt with a button head there, and I'm just gonna put this on. I don't think they're coming for me. Hey, flip. That's it. Great. Okay. We got to mount the droid collar, which is going to go. And I'm just going to do that with a couple of sheet metal screws. Hell's bells. Let's just do it that way. Great. So that gives us a guide hole. There we are. Sheet metal screw, pop that in totally nicely. And I'm going to do the other one now. Well, I think I'm going to call it. These are the two little pieces of plastic which fit into these little pockets here. I'm not going to address their tops. This is nice and quick and dirty build. The cylinder. Okay. I keep on coming up with things I forgot. I might have a cylinder. I found a cylinder. Okay, this one's a little bit big, but it is a cylinder nonetheless. I'm not going to paint it. I'm not going to paint it green. I know I'm making all these shortcuts on this build, but it's what it's about when you got to get it across the line. I've got a couple of other things to get done this week. And we are making efficiencies where we can find them. The nice thing about leather is it's stretchy. So here we go. Oh, hey. This one actually hasn't even been used. This is for confetti cannon. Yeah. So I think I can. Yeah, I can. There we go. That's it. Okay. Oh yeah, let's right. Got to get the I'm going to lend my partner my beautiful hero blaster. If it gets abuse on Halloween, well, that is simply weathering, as I always consider it when I'm wearing my own pieces for costumes. And yeah, there we go. That is a husbandly construction of a Han Solo, of a, what do you call it? Smuggler's gun rig, smuggler's speed rig. Here are some of your close-ups. And before you guys need to point it out, I'm fully aware that this pouch is upside down. Again, that's the kind of stuff I'm not really worried about. So there's my droid collar. There's the blaster. Yes, I left some visible rivets on the belt buckles. Again, I'm not that concerned with it. I am super pleased with how the, whatever that thing is called, came out. And my little pockets, they all came out pretty good. I know, Star Wars people with the eye for detail are going to be slightly annoyed by this. I totally appreciate that. I myself get annoyed sometimes when I see things that aren't as good as they could be. I use two different kinds of leather. I know this is a little bit blotchy, but again, it's totally fine for what it is. These bevels were just sanded on my disc sander. Close enough. I actually kind of like this pattern. But, well, and there you have it. Right, I did not get any video on Halloween because I tend not to film my family. However, here is a picture for you of myself dressed as Chewie and Mrs. Donttrythis, my partner, dressed as Han. And I gotta say, cosplaying together, super fun. And I really appreciate my wife's commitment to the stance. You can just see her like infusing her character with some purpose. It's all about the intention. We ran into a bunch of little children. I got asked more than once, "Are you the real Chewbacca?" Yeah. People kind of lose their minds seeing Chewbacca. And Han and Chewie, I'm here to say, took lots of pictures with neighborhood kids and locals in the mission. We walked around for a little bit, and it was a nice Halloween. And now, my wife's got her own gun belt. I hope it never is needed. Oh, also, you'll notice that her holster is empty. That's because we decided not to put anything that even smelled like a firearm anywhere out on the street. It just didn't strike us as the right thing to do. And my Han sidearm, it looks pretty, you know, like it means business. So that's not a thing to take out on the street. Here we are again, enjoying the couple that cosplays together. Thank you guys for joining me for this quick and dirty one-day build. I hope that my lack of fidelity to perfection didn't upset anybody, but sometimes that's how the cookie crumbles. I will see you guys next time. Happy Halloween, happy cosplaying. Stay safe. Bye, guys. Adam Savage here in my cave with a thank you
to everyone who has joined the tested channel memberships thus far. It truly allows us to keep up this high-level pace of video production, and frankly, it energizes us a lot to talk to you guys. In that vein, I have also loved diving back in to doing the live stream. Specifically, tested member questions have been phenomenal. And other tested family members are going to be doing their own live streams soon. Keep an eye on this space to find out when and where. And we have also heard your feedback, and we've decided to add a new membership tier at $4.99 a month that is comparable to the tested premium membership package we used to have. Members at that level will get all the supporter level perks, and in addition to that, they'll get access to our premium video archive, behind the scenes updates, and members only vids. Of course, tested patrons still get the most access to me and the team. They get build diaries, first dibs in the Q&A, and influence in future builds that you'd like to see us make. So we hope you'll click join and find out more about tested membership levels, and we truly hope you will actually join. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next time.